Continuing with Tehillim together, a program part of Partners in Shidduchim. Tehillim Yud Dalet. We're focusing on the first pasuk, where David HaMelech is saying a mizmor, and he says, "Omar novel beliboy, ein Elokim." A novel. What's a novel? The Ibn Ezra says a novel is the opposite of a chacham, someone that is lacking wisdom. And since he's lacking wisdom, therefore, everything is like a domino effect. Everything falls apart. Everything falls into destruction. What's the cause? He says, En Elokim. There is no God. You know why? There's nothing positive. En Oiseh Toiv. No one's doing anything good. David HaMelech is describing the source of the domino effect of every human being that ends up living a life of failure. You know what the source of that is? How do we get up in the morning and look at things? How do we spend our day, most of our day? Yes, there's challenges. Yes, there are difficulties. Yes, there's a lot of bad that is in the world. But how much do we focus and make sure that our mind is positive? That our attitude is gratitude, that our focus is good, that we could see all the good, that we could see the fact that there's beautiful trees, there's the sun shining, we have food to eat. Before we mention anything negative, before we criticize, before we complain, we have to make sure that we're able to express the good in our lives. I remember an amazing lesson that I heard from Rabbi Daniel Coren of blessed memory, and I taught this to my daughter. She was quite young, and I saw it work perfectly. Why? Because kids are not yet, so to speak, ruined, and they haven't yet fallen when they're young in the negative attitude. And if we train them early enough, hopefully they could stay that way. But it's never too late to change. So the amazing lesson that I learned from Noach was, he used to say, you know, when someone comes home, a child comes home, and they're telling you how terrible the class was and the school was so awful, you tell them the following, and you could do this with a grown-up too. Before, I would love to hear everything you have to say, but before you tell me all the terrible things that happen, all the negative things that you think about this and this person, tell me 2 positive things that happened to you today. And I remember doing this with my daughter one day. She was coming, and I guess she didn't have the greatest of days. And she was looking a little bit sad. And I said, I yelled at Esther, I think she was 5 years old. I said, I'd love to hear what you have to say, but first tell me 2 things that you really enjoyed today. And I remember she stopped for a second, started thinking, and told me 2 things that she enjoyed. And there was an amazing smile on her face. And she actually forgot to tell me about all the negative things. And that's okay, but it's an amazing lesson. As simple as it is, it's a powerful lesson. David HaMelech is warning us, you want to be successful, make sure you first focus on the good, and then you could discuss all the negative things that you need to deal with. Because at the end of the day, Hashem is behind everything. Have an amazing day.